Imagine building your business in a state that asks for 0% state income tax, 0% statewide sales tax, and 0% franchise tax. Sounds like a total financial fantasy, right? Well, in Alaska, that is the reality. This incredible tax environment makes the last frontier a massive financial haven for entrepreneurs and business owners looking to maximize their profits right from day one.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're embarking on a slightly different kind of Alaskan expedition. But instead of climbing Denali, we're conquering the process of forming an Alaska Limited Liability Company, or LLC for short. Just like any great mountain climb, preparation is absolutely everything. We're going to map out an exhaustive, crystal-clear route so you can navigate the legal terrain with total confidence.
Here is our map for today's journey. We'll be covering why choose an Alaska LLC, essential pre-formation steps, the official filing process, mandatory post-formation requirements, additional resources and considerations, and finally, common pitfalls to avoid.
Section 1. Why choose an Alaska LLC?
Okay, let's dive into this. A limited liability company is essentially the ultimate shield for your personal savings and property. If your business takes on debt or faces a nasty lawsuit, your personal bank accounts and your home are legally separated from the business. Plus, LLCs offer what's called pass-through taxation. This means the LLC itself doesn't pay federal income taxes. Instead, the profits pass straight through to your personal tax return. And remember that 0% stat we started with? Because Alaska has no personal state income tax, those pass-through profits face zero state-level income taxation. It's just a brilliant setup.
Section 2. Essential pre-formation steps.
So before we make the official climb, we have some base camp preparations. One of the strictest rules in Alaska is that your business name must be quote-unquote distinguishable upon the records. According to Alaska Regulation 3AAC 120, simply swapping an entity identifier like changing Alaska Catch Inc. to Alaska Catch LLC doesn't actually make the name distinguishable. If Alaska Catch Inc. already exists, your LLC application is going to get rejected by the state. They also completely ignore differences in punctuation, capitalization, or adding words like a, an, or the. You really have to use unique substantive keywords. So always search the Alaska Corporation's database online before you fall in love with a name. You must also appoint a registered agent. Now, by law, every Alaska LLC needs a registered agent with a physical street address right there in the state. So a P.O. Box alone won't cut it. This person or company has to be physically available during normal business hours. Why? To ensure you never miss urgent legal correspondence like a court summons or state tax notices. It's a crucial role.
Section 3. The official filing process.
All right, time to actually bring your business into existence. To do this, you have to file Form 08-0484 with the state. That's known as the Articles of Organization. You have two paths to the summit here. You can mail in your physical paperwork, which typically takes around 10 to 15 business days to process, and sometimes even longer in the winter months. Or you can just file online through the state's portal. If you file online and pay the non-refundable $250 filing fee by credit card, your LLC is processed and approved immediately.
So what do you actually need to gather to successfully fill out those articles of organization? Well, you'll need your distinguishable LLC name, which remember must include a designator like LLC, along with your principal and mailing addresses. You have to list your registered agent's information, and you'll also need to select your NIACS industry code, which basically categorizes your business type. Finally, you have to declare your management structure. You need to decide, will your LLC be member-managed, meaning the owners run the day-to-day operations, or manager-managed, where you appoint someone specific to run the business?
Section 4. Mandatory post-formation requirements.
Reaching the summit isn't the end of the journey. Now we need to establish a permanent settlement to keep your LLC compliant. Unlike a lot of other states, Alaska actually requires you to get a state business license before you conduct any business operations, even after your LLC is officially formed. Then, within 6 months of your formation date, you have to file a free initial report. After that, you're on a biennial cycle. By January 2nd, every 2 years, you must file a biennial report to keep the state updated on your business details and maintain your good standing.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the complete transparency on the exact ongoing monetary costs of running an Alaska LLC. Starting a business shouldn't have any hidden financial surprises, right? Your Articles of Organization is a one-time fee of $250. Your mandatory state business license is $50 annually, though you can actually just pay $100 to conveniently cover 2 years at once. And that biennial report, that's going to cost you $100 every other year. Knowing this upfront allows you to accurately budget for your business's administrative overhead.
Section 5.
Additional resources and considerations.
Let's talk about some additional operational tools you'll need. First up is the operating agreement. Under Alaska Statute 10.5095, this document is actually not legally required to be filed with the state, but it is your business's internal compass. An operating agreement proves that your LLC is a separate legal entity from you personally, which is what preserves that liability shield we talked about. It also legally outlines exactly who owns what percentage of the company, how profits are distributed, and how disputes will be resolved between partners. If you skip drafting this, your business just defaults to Alaska's standard statutory rules, and honestly, those might not fit your specific vision at all.
Next, you're going to need an EIN, or Employer Identification Number. Think of this literally like a social security number for your business. You can get this completely for free directly from the IRS website. And you will absolutely need an EIN if you plan to open a business bank account, hire employees, or properly separate your federal taxes and personal finances.
Section 6. Common pitfalls to avoid.
Time to shift into expert warning mode. Let's rapid fire through the dangerous crevices and traps that catch beginners off guard. First, acting as your own registered agent. Yes, it saves a few bucks up front, but if you step out for a coffee and miss a court process server, the court can literally issue a default judgment against you. You could lose a lawsuit without even knowing it happened. Second, do not forget that 6-month initial report. Missing it can lead to administrative dissolution, which means the state legally shuts down your LLC. Third, do not use restricted words like bank, insurance, or engineer in your name without proper state licensing. And finally, remember that just forming the LLC isn't the whole shebang. If you fail to buy and renew that $50 business license, you are operating illegally.
Before we wrap up, I want to ensure you are fully protected. This explainer is an educational roadmap designed to give you a massive head start. However, every single business is unique, and this does not substitute for professional legal or financial advice. I strongly encourage you to consult a qualified attorney or CPA to tailor these steps to your specific situation. So, what does this all mean for you? Well, we've covered the route, the gear, and the hazards. From 0% state income tax to incredible liability protection, Alaska offers a phenomenal environment for entrepreneurs who are prepared. The map is in your hands. Are you ready to take advantage of Alaska's incredible business benefits and launch your LLC today? Get out there and start building.